I'm a spirit keeper and I give you a reason for every season. And today I have the HalloweenExpress.com Hollow Clown. Now I would like to first start this video by giving a gigantic thank you out to Halloween Express for sending me this product to go ahead and review right here on the channel. I'm over the moon to be sharing this, and actually at the time of filming this thing won't even be rolling out to being showing up at people's doors until August 30th, or at least what is on the website. And I will have the link to pre-order the Hollow Clown down in the description of this video and in the comments. So if you do like this prop, I highly recommend going to check it out because it is surely going to be an awesome one. Now I'd like to also mention that this is the prototype model of this animatronic, which is something that has got me the most excited about unboxing this because prototypes are such a sought after piece when it does come to Halloween animatronics. And I'm so excited to be owning this. This was actually the one showed off at the Transworld show this year that I did attend, so I did already get a glimpse at this thing in person. But it was a bit more high up, so I didn't get the best look, but now I'm able to show all of you and in all of its glory, and I will get an amazing first look up in person. Another thing I would like to mention before cracking open this guy's box is that the other company partner with Halloween Express is Morris Costumes, which is where you might recognize this animatronic from or from the booth, but this is going to be sold exclusively at HalloweenExpress.com. Once again, I will have the link for the Hollow Clown down in the description and comments. Alright, so here we go. We are now opening up the box to the Hollow Clown. There we go, our first look inside. Here it is, and before starting to take pieces out, is that I do want to mention that things will be packaged much nicer in this box and in sort of plastic wrapping on those components that do need so. Obviously, this is the prototype, so there's not a whole lot of that on it, and this was at the Transworld show. But on the official prop that does end up getting released, it will have much nicer looking packaging than this. Okay, but without any further ado, let's go ahead and start taking stuff out. This seems to be the shirt for the Hollow Clown right here. And one of my favorite effects about this thing is that it's literally hollow going through the stomach, which we'll take a look at in just a second. Okay, now going ahead and taking out the pants for the Hollow Clown, as you can see right here. Now I'm going ahead and taking out the first hand of this thing, and it actually looks way better than I was expecting. As you can see, there's many different paints going on in there. And I mean, it almost looks like some sort of burlap going on, and just the sculpt overall is really nice. You can even see those little like almost scales and stuff wrapped into the sort of arm of the hand. But this just looks really nice overall, much neater, and just way better than I was expecting the hand sculpt to be. Honestly, I couldn't really tell because of how high it was at the show. This looks really nice. Next up, I'm going to go ahead and take out one of his leg foams. Now I'm going ahead and taking out his other hand. And now here is one of his arms. Now I'm going ahead and taking out his control box for the head, and then also his first part of the actual effect of him being hollow. Now the best part of every prop is always the head, so I'm going to give all of you the very first look at this. I can already see by the hair. Wow, this looks really nice. It actually has a much nicer paint job than I was anticipating. Even the nose is actually pretty glossy in person, which is definitely a really good thing. And even the eyes do look really good, but my favorite part about it and the best job on this overall head has to be the teeth. I mean, just take a look at that. Even just the tint of the teeth and the shiny and glossiness on the gums there looks really nice and super realistic, especially for a clown prop, which is something I wouldn't typically expect because clowns are supposed to be sort of mutants and not humans. But I mean, the teeth just look really nice, and then he does also have the head of hair on the back. Next up, we do have his two shoes right here, which are red. And then we do also have his other leg foam. Now we can go ahead and take out his control box, and this thing actually has the step pad at the show included, as you can see, and then we can get another look at those teeth, as you can see right there. And next we do have his base right down here, and down here we do actually have one of the teeth for the hollow, which did actually get broken off in shipping, so I'm going to try and glue this back on, but probably not in this video. And then we do have his second arm, and finally we do have his two leg pulls down here at the bottom. Okay, now to start the setup of the Hollow Clown, the first step is going to be to go ahead and put on his shoes. It doesn't matter which one goes on which leg, as they are both the same thing. And then after that, you do want to go ahead and attach your two leg pulls using the snap locks. And now time for the second leg pull to go ahead and get snap locked on just like that. Now we can go ahead and slide down the 2 leg foams just like that. And next up, let's go ahead and attach its pants. But first, I want to show you that this does have the original actual tag with the price from Transworld. And something else that I find really interesting is that right here inside of the pants, it does have that little tag that does say SVI prototype, which I didn't mention yet, but this guy is manufactured by SVI. So now we can go ahead and just slide the pants over for the Hollow Clown. And now we can go ahead and attach his control box right here. And there's a lot of wires going on, which we will go ahead and attach once we do get the second part of his controls on. And as I just mentioned, let's go ahead and throw on his top torso on. First, let's go ahead and connect the sensor wires together, just like that. And next, we can go ahead and attach this one right here. And for the final wire inside right now, we do have the red one. And then actually, finally, we do have the black one right here. And now let's go ahead and pull up his pants so it does go over the waist loop. Now I'm gonna go ahead and throw on the shirt, and now it's thrown on. And now we can go ahead and put on his arm and then just go ahead, feed it through the sleeve, and then we do actually have a connection right up here that will just slide right in as a 2-prong connection. And then repeat the same step on the other side. And now we can go ahead and attach his hand just like that, and then we can start to roll up the sleeve. And now you want to repeat the same step with the other hand, just like that. And now for one of the last steps of the Hollow Clown setup, we can go ahead and then just slide his head right in, and it is a 2-prong connection. And now we can go ahead and plug in the adapter for the Hollow Clown, and then go ahead and connect these 2 black and red wires up here at the top, just like that, and then hide them out of sight. And here it is, the Hollow Clown from HalloweenExpress.com. But before I give you my thoughts on this guy, let's go ahead and roll out his demos.
You know why I became a clown? I'm just starving for attention. A real people person. And the hunger never stops. Wanna hear a secret? Lean in close. My sword-swallowing routine went terribly wrong. Free hugs here. Get your free hugs. Just mind the teeth. All of them. Don't be shy. Step right up. Step right in. Oops, not supposed to say that part. Pretend you didn't hear that.
Now, what do I have to say about this animatronic? I would like to first say that I wasn't fond of this thing when I did first see it in person or really see it online at all. I was kind of just mixed about this thing. I didn't think that it was going to be anything too special, especially after seeing it online with the official demo. But I would like to say that this thing has completely blown me away. Now, it's not the tallest animatronic or the most unique. However, it still definitely has some amazing features that I think makes it with the hollow effect. Now, this is something that we did actually see with Rick Ratman from Spirit Halloween back in 2024, but I think the effect with the teeth really sells it on this one, and especially with the red LEDs inside of the stomach. I was really not expecting that at all, and really just didn't see that in any demos or anything like that. And I think that that is definitely one of the key elements, especially in the dark with some nice lighting. That red really illuminates the effect of the hollowness of the clown, which is basically the whole point. But another thing that I really appreciate is the actual head. Now, once again, I didn't really like the head at first, but now seeing it in person up close, it looks really nice, especially just the glossiness on the parts that should be, which is something that a lot of retail animatronics do struggle with, as either the whole head is shiny or nothing is. But I think what they have captured here is really nice, as only the actual red face paint, the nose, and then the teeth are the shiny parts on the face, which I think is something that should happen on every single animatronic. However, I do have one gripe with this, is that the head is latex, so it will eventually end up dry rotting. However, the hands are plastic, which is always a good thing. But to be honest, I really don't have any complaints with this thing. The only thing is that one of the teeth did break off in shipping, which isn't anything on the company, it's just shipping itself. However, I think that this is a really neat animatronic, and I do have a couple more things about it. Something I'm very appreciative that Morris has went ahead and included on the prop of the prototype that they have sent me in Halloween Express is that they do have the original price tag from Transworld. Now, obviously, it's kind of hard to prove that something is an official prototype without having certain key elements to it. However, on this, it does have it in the tag and on the clothing. But I think what really is going to sell this thing as being an official prototype is that price tag, and I will never cut that off because I think that is so cool that it does have that. And it is being retailed for $299.99, which I didn't mention yet, but I think that it's a pretty fair price, especially considering the effect on this thing with it being hollow and even the teeth. The teeth do look really nice, and they are also glossy. Once again, as I was saying, that is definitely one of the best parts about this animatronics paint job. But I think that the hollow effect is just really awesome, especially with the red LEDs inside of it, which is something they didn't have to include. Well, there you have it, the official Morris and Halloween Express Hollow Clown animatronic. Now, I'd like to once again send a massive thank you out to Halloween Express for not only sending me the Hollow Clown, but the official prototype sample from SVI themselves. I want to send a major thank you out to Halloween Express. And if you do want to go ahead and subscribe to the channel, I will have that linked in the description of this video as well, along with a link to purchase the Hollow Clown animatronic. But make sure you leave your thoughts on this down in the comments below. And anyway, make sure you remember that I'm the Spirit Keeper and I give you a reason for every season. Bye.